If I were a jack stand, where would I be? Doo-doo-doo, looby-doo, looby-doo, looby-doo. It hates me, I hate you, looby-doo. Where's my hammer too? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Well, I hope the test works because I don't think I'm going to shoot this again. So we're going to go on a little trip. You can see the issue. There's a lot of pressure in here. Okay, got mine. $13 smoothie, 2 rusty nuts, the ambulance, the welder. What does that mean? Lightly hit the brakes. Quite hard for you to tell, but it grabs. So like, without the noises. Oh shit. What is this freaking apocalypse vehicle? CJ, I hope you got this on video. Speeding, so you know. Got wood and speakers and straight stuff on the hubcaps. I think it's got a little sled gun. Maybe it's like a flamethrower. Do it at 60, I think. You hit the brakes. There it goes. Wobbling the steering wheel. And it actually gets worse. You go from 80 and you barely hit it, it's even worse than that. We're going to try and get on the highway and demonstrate. Well, we're going to get on the highway and try to demonstrate. The next exit is our turn, so alright, so 70 normal highway speeds, hit the brakes. Oh yeah, it's just friggin' bouncing all over the place. So that seems to me like there's 2 issues going on. One, their brakes are messed up. There's something on the rotors embedded in the pad, and that's why you feel it grab. Well, I feel it. You probably can't even tell. We'll see if I can hit the brakes harder. It's just so hard to tell, but it jerks you, right? And 2, so when it starts to go into that mode, it's like you get death wobble. So I'm thinking that not only do we have a brake problem, and number 2, the bushings on the passenger side probably need to be replaced. Because I only did the lower control arm on the driver's side, because it was really bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the shop, and I'm going to show you kind of how I think, you know, where we're going to find out which brake is messed up, if it's not both of them, which brake rotor. And then we're going to test we're going to look at the bushings and test them. Put a little pry bar action on them. See if they move. Oh, look at the new wheels on the Acura. Oh, I went to take the Acura in to get aligned, and they can't align it. It's too low. So I have to raise up the back so they can get their alignment head on there and be able to rotate it, and without hitting the fender is the issue they were saying. But at least it passed inspection. Shop is a mess. Got half kitchen demo and, well, it's mostly kitchen demo that's going on. And then we had a storm, so I pulled a bunch of cars in. Okay, that was the test. Now let's tear it apart and find out what's going on. Welcome back. All right, today we got the 03 4Runner. And in a short clip, I showed you the problems we were having. So now we're gonna do some diagnostics to determine what's wrong and then hopefully fix it today. So first thing I gotta do is figure out which one of the brake rotors has that extra material on there and it's grabbing. So let's do that. Okay, so CJ, what I need you to do is hop in the truck and you're gonna lightly press the brake pedal. So I'm gonna spin the wheel and you're gonna press the brake pedal just barely to see if we can see if this one grabs or not. Actually, let me check the bearings and stuff. That's tight. That's tight. Okay, you ready? Okay, that seemed normal. So let's go to the other side. That seemed normal. I'm gonna jack up the rear and see if it's the rear that's doing it. All right, pause for intermission. I can already tell it's, nope, it's his back one.
Even before pressing on the brakes?
Yep, so press it just a little bit. Okay, so you hear it? Grab and not grab. You heard it? Let's check this side. Same thing.
So it's both the back wheels?
Yeah. Oh, and this one's got a tie rod or something out. Bring the 8 in front.
Okay.
Shoot it right here where you can see this and that joint. This one right here is most important. I want you to tell me what's moving. Do it. No way. It's the inner. Do it. Okay, I'll come here so I can show you. Look at this boot right here. See the boot's moving? It's not supposed to. And what's really shitty is I've already replaced these. That's gotta be under warranty. Okay, hand me a big pry bar. I'm gonna look at these lower control arm bushings. Let me try that one. I know it's broken, let me have it anyway. Okay, the oil's from my valve cover gasket that I haven't replaced yet. That one seems tight.
Here's this one, if you want it.
Okay. What do you do? Let that orange one down and bring it over here. You sure you got room on that side?
Probably not.
If I didn't have so much in here, it doesn't belong in the shop. Okay, so if I let this jack down and you see movement right here, then that means this ball joint is bad. Okay, I'm gonna do it up just to check. CJ, let it down. Jeez, go fast enough? Okay, I don't think the lower one's bad. Are you getting this footage? Probably not. You don't even know what I'm doing. See how much movement there is right there? In between here and there? So, we gotta do rear brakes, upper control arms, and I guess we can take the calipers off and look at the front brakes, but I think they're okay. Okay, pause for intermission. Let's get everything set up, take wheel off. Lift up the orange jack to take out, or just let the blue jack down. And make sure you let it down slow. Always let your jacks down slow.
I just didn't know how fast it would go.
Because you don't work on enough stuff. Are you sure you should have the big camera facing my back? Slow, CJ.
I tried doing it slow and it got stuck.
You have to lift up the orange jack to get the weight off of it. That's what I told you to do first.
How high do you want me to make it?
I just want you to get that other jack out. And it needs to be resting on the jack stand. Don't you remember the video where it slipped off the jack? You didn't see that. That didn't happen.
And then now let it rest on the jack stand?
Mm-hmm. Slow. It's probably easier if you have the handle up so you're not fighting the joint.
When it gets stuck, I'm scared of doing it, because then when I like do it hard to get it unstuck, it goes psh.
You just have to have more control.
How do I have more control?
You have to use your strength.
But then when I do that, then it goes down really fast.
That's because you have no control. Okay, let's look at these pads. These pads are just about wore out. So I need a little pointer. Give me that pencil that's on top of the table saw. Okay, so right here, you see that little notch? You see this notch? Mm-hmm. Okay, do you see a notch on this side? Mm-mm. That's an indicator that your pads need to be replaced. When you can't see the notch, it's like a wear bar on your tire. So if there's no notch, it's time to replace your pads. Okay, so that's what we got to do with this. So we're doing not only the front brakes, but we're doing the front and rear, and upper control arms, and passenger side, inner tie rod end again. I'm really disappointed about that tie rod end, because you know that shouldn't have been a problem. And I really didn't want to do any of this suspension stuff on this because I wanted to do a solid axle swap on it. So it's like I'm wasting money, and then when I finally do the solid axle swap, all that stuff I replace is pretty much going to go down the drain. Maybe I'll sell it for a quarter what I paid for it.
So how does the notch disappear
the pads, okay, it squeezes, right? This is your rotor, okay? Oh look, this does have a lip on. Well, I guess these aren't actually tight. Okay, so the way a caliper works, this is brake 101. You have your rotating assembly, right? And it is out of round by a little bit. It's not as bad as the back. You hear that noise? So they call it a warped rotor, but there's probably like something on the pad that makes it out of round. So anyway, the hydraulics squeeze this together, because when you press the brake, it squeezes this together and makes this stop moving, which this is the wheel. This is your going down the road. Okay, so if this material was made of metal, right, it would go, make all kinds of noises. Okay, well, it's made of like carbon, composite, whatever, asbestos, probably not asbestos anymore, but it's made of a material that's softer than the rotor, than the metal on the rotor, so it wears down, right? I am curious as to how far out this is. This is a magnet. Okay, so you get your CUDA set up, right? And then you set your dial to 0, okay? And then you rotate very slowly and you watch and see when it moves. So right, so 0.010 of an inch is in spec. So it's moving, but it's not moving a whole lot. So I would consider this. There's our outermost, and that's 3. It'd be better if I had like a little ball on there. Yeah, it's only 0.003 out. What about if we go down?
Oh, hey, Blue.
Oh, great. Oh, Blue, you finally showed up. Okay, so we'll set this to 0. This is not bad, it's in spec, but we did feel a little, grabbing a little. Not as bad as the back. Anyway, so the only thing we can do today is the brakes. And I've got to take you home in 10 minutes, so that's probably not gonna happen. So we'll continue this some other day. We're back. All right, I ordered the parts. Let me show you what I ordered. All right, so I was saying, I didn't want to do a whole lot of stuff on here because, eventually I'm gonna do a solid axle swap and I want to focus the money on that. Well, it's gonna be at least 2 years before I get to that. And this thing needs to be running and driving properly between that time. So instead of ordering just some replacement control arms, what I did was, because they were like 200 bucks each, so that's $400. Well, I found a Rancho set for a little bit more. These were less than 500, and these are a lot better. I couldn't resist how much beefier they were than original. So they got your Zerk fittings there. It comes with a ball joint, and it does, I need to double check this. I know some of the other ones I was looking at do offset the caster, so we'll look and see if this one does as well. I think it does, I hope it does. Well, if it doesn't, at least I get better than OEM quality. All right, so this kit actually comes with, differential drop and all that, and we don't need any of that. It does have these strut spacers, and when I get these off, I might look at installing these, but I doubt it. Because like I said, I'm saving all the good stuff for the lift. All right, so let's get to it. Let's jack this thing up. I probably should get some better light. Blue, turn the lights on. CJ, is the light better? Should I have turned it on at the beginning? Okay, well, let's get this sucker off. Well, jack it up first. Better get those jack stands before I get yelled at again. Where's your other jack stand? Should be on this side. If I were a jack stand, where would I be? Maybe if you cleaned your shop, you could find stuff. Oh yeah, so I had to clean the ambulance out, and everything that was in the ambulance ended up over here. You probably can't see anything. Ambulance stuff right there. Where's the jack stand at? Oh, CJ, let me know if the dead cat actually helps with sound. Not this dead cat. Blue, you got something to say? Nothing? Not a word? Okay, dude, that jack stand can't be far. It's huge. I would have taken it off, and we either gone there or gone over here, and it's in neither of those locations. If I were a jack stand, where would I be? I'd be holding up something heavier than me. Okay. Oh, it's right there. Why is it there? Where are we at right here? What can you see? Probably nothing. I mean, this is pretty boring anyway. dryer. Hold on to that. All right, so I'm thinking we need a better view. Okay, you got Overwatch. Do we need light? Probably, we always need light. If I were a light, where would I be? Why does the light always hide from me? Because I don't put things away. What? Oh, come on, dead battery. Give me a break. And I don't charge batteries. You know, I guess I might as well just pause all these. All right, tip for all you YouTubers. Have your tools and everything ready to go. You're about to work on a project. Come out to the shop and say, okay, let's go. Like me. Okay, tip for all you YouTubers. Again, have all your stuff ready to go before you just come out here and, you know, think you're gonna record and everything's gonna be great. Because the downside of being spontaneous like me is now CJ has to go through all these videos of me looking for tools and using the incorrect size tools. Not that size, not that size, not that size, not that size. Here we go again. Okay, this is our ABS sensor. It has to come off, so the bracket is gonna stay with it. You probably shouldn't use a tool this large for a job this small. All right, get the right tools. Man, I'm stuck in a sea of tripods. All right, well, let's do an overview of what we gotta take off, right? So ABS guy has to come off. Our upper ball joint has to come off. It should be real easy because everything's loaded. And when you hit that guy, it's gonna go boop. That comes off, that comes off. This has to go that way. This bolt, yeah, so this bolt has to go that way. And that looks like it might be a problem with the body. Well, that's gonna suck. This may not be as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Whatever, it is what it is. So let's get these guys out of here. What do we got going on here? Is this bent over or not? Can't see the other side. It's gotta be just like hooked in here. See, it was hooked right there into one of these grooves. Okay. All right, so we want to take that off before. This is not exactly the right tool either, but it's gonna get the job done. Can you see what's going on here? I really feel like I need to extend more of these things out. Okay, pop this one off. This one's about to come out of there. Okay, so that's free. This can stay on the control arm. There might be provision for us to put this on the new one. I saw a hole there. All right, so now let's get this guy off, and then that guy off. So when this comes, it's all gonna flop over. Shouldn't be a problem. 21, looks like. Oh, telling you it's 21. Keep telling you it's 21, you don't listen to me. Okay, we're gonna use the socket now. We're gonna need a short one. Oh my God, how am I missing a 21? Isn't that the same as a crankshaft on a Z car? Gotta have like 5 of them. It's not 21. Was it 3/4? What the hell? Maybe it was 19, but it's there's so much dirt on it. Oh my goodness, idiot. It's 19, folks. Man, this is a really nice castle nut. Got a nice little flange. That locking cotter pin on it. Man, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So that should fly off any moment in my face. Is that 19 or 18? It might be 18. Feels a little loose. Nope. It's 19. Maybe it's a real 19 and not a 3/4. Oh, no. Dude, you're supposed to be easy after I broke you loose. I'm really hoping you can see what the hell is going on here. Actually, if I don't loosen this, then this will say wound up, and I can pop that off. See how that works first. Hammer. I got a drawer that says hammers. How lucky am I gonna get? It's not my favorite, but it will do. Ta-da! That guy's loose. Make sure this isn't gonna get tangled anywhere. Of course, if I go this way, am I gonna get it stuck? What are you doing, bro? Right here. What are the chances that this is one long bolt? No way. Way? Let's turn this and find, oh my gosh, it's one giant bolt. No way. So how are you supposed to get that out of there? So I gotta cut the body to get that bolt out? Come on, no way. Let's pop the hood, see what we got cooking. How are you doing on battery? Oh, you don't wanna tell me. Great. I need to get all the stuff out of the shop. Okay, what do you see? Battery low, powering off. You don't see nothing. Let's pause. I'll put this on the charger. Okay, sure would be nice to have battery status on other GoPro. Okay, what can you see? Nothing. Do I need a stool to get up here? No, where's my stool? Dead batteries work really well as stools. I see you next to a main harness for the fuse block. And then you're underneath the battery tray. How do we get you? A couple things needs to happen. One, I need to prop for this. How about our old Kenwood CD face? It's brand new, never been used on Kenwood. No big deal. Well, if you knock down this camera, that might hold. And then you can be my eyes right here. So we're gonna push this through, and that's gonna get our harness out of the way. We can do that. We're just squeezing it together. Always using the wrong tools. Okay, so push this tab in and push it through as best as you can, right? You may need to hold it. Push this tab in and then push it all the way through. Come on. Okay. So now something else is still holding. That's just a little baby wire. Come on, dude. Baby wire. Something is holding this thing. Looks like a 10 mil, but it should be on a, or maybe we can clear it. Maybe we can clear the bolt the way it is. All right, we're gonna do some body massaging, okay? So we just need to get the bolt head past the body. Now what are we hitting? Don't tell me it's this guy. It's that guy. Oh, there's supposed to be a cover right here. Yeah. After about 10 years, those disintegrate. The best replacement is like some heavy duty rubber mat. Like you can find an old trunk liner from a truck, just cut it to fit one of those flat mud flaps. This bracket's in the way, really. And this bolt is gonna have to come all the way out. So hopefully you guys can see what's going on up there. I cannot see anything. Stupid wire's in the way too. Okay, so can you see this? Yeah, let's push this one out because that wire is attached to that as well. That'll give us a little more slack. Okay, more slack in the wire. Get past this wire. Come on, dude. Which way do you need to go? You don't like any of the ways I choose for you. No. What is this thing attached to? Like, you just unplug it? Okay, there's another hole right here. Give us even more slack. Okay, I got the wire past the bolt on this side. And now, my bolt can come all the way through. Cell phone, you better have caught all of that. All right, let's stand on a stool on wheels. Okay, now we're hitting right underneath the battery tray, but we might be able to make it all the way out. Maybe. We're really close. I feel like we're close. I feel like we're really close. Come on. Come on. Come on with it, boy. I mean, how much further do we have to go before you're completely free? This is the longest bolt in history. Whoa! Is that my headlight? What's going on over here? So it slid right by the battery tray. It was just hitting the very corner of it, but since the battery tray is plastic, it came right off. Okay, let's not lose that. Okay, pull it all the way out. And here's our control arm. Okay, now let's do a comparison. Oh, there's instructions. We should probably read those. So let's see if this has any other caster looking things. So we're gonna hold you right here, okay? Right, okay. That puts us gonna do this the scientific method, right? This is not gonna be the same. All right, so hopefully you can see there is a noticeable difference in caster, right? Notable difference. Let's measure this. Let's put it all the way back on and measure it. Oh my goodness, RJ. So we are, if we don't touch this, we can use this as a reference. Okay, so let's not touch this. You saw where it was. I hope you saw where it was. Okay, you should be able to see that fairly well. So that is almost straight up and down. We need to put some bushings on here. I'm watching blue. We should only need 4 per side. Okay, so let's put on half of this. And it's usually advised to put some grease on these before you permanently install them. It also helps you actually install them. You can also put these in the freezer. That helps a little bit. Oh my God, you're gonna make me put these in the freezer. I can't get them in. I just want to test you. Come on. Oh, got it. Yes. You want to make sure you put the bushings in before you try and put your sleeves on. Okay. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad day. They're just not gonna go on. So for this purpose, we're just mocking it up so we can check the caster. Now, if you notice, this is lifted. So this is a 2.5 inch puck lift. All right. So let's get you on here. Dude, how's that gonna work? These washers are bigger than... Great. Fine, I don't need you. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Trying to get back together. So much fun. Well, I can tell you right now, it's not, well, I don't think it's any different. I think there's zero difference after halfway mocking it up like this. We'll look at the specs in the instructions. I'm sure it tells us, but some of the other control arm people say there's this offset caster, and it's supposed to be better. They offset the control arm to allow for 3 degrees more caster, and this looks like it's 0, but the specs will tell us for sure. All right, so I really need to get these fully assembled before I try and put them all the way on, so let's do that. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Bolt from hell. So the next side we'll put in the freezer so I can show you if it's any easier or not. What'd I say? I said lube on these things. They should come with lube. There's no lube. All right, I got some brake caliper grease we'll use. Okay, so I do want to mention one thing. Your Zerk fitting, okay, see that Zerk fitting? It's right there in the middle of the bushing, okay? When I put the bushing on this side, it's gonna be the same distance. So you have at least 3/8 to 1/2 of an inch gap in between there where the grease is going through, okay? So you have to fill, when you're pumping that sucker, you have to fill this whole cavity of grease before it starts coming out into these grooves. That's a lot of grease. So we're gonna try, well, we're gonna pre-fill this up a little bit, but it's not gonna help us very much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, go ahead and scratch up your brand new freaking control arm. I'm glad this isn't a customer's vehicle. Get that all nice and lubed up so it gets all over our... Dude, quit scratching the control arm. Oh my God. Okay, it's one side in. Doo-doo-doo, looby-doo, 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 looby-doo. In a hole, looby-doo. Where's my bushing? My red bushing. Put you in my control arm. Ow! What did you do? You didn't even get it in. So here's the poll. How many YouTubers sing to you? Maybe that's gonna be my thing. I'll just start singing. I'll lose half my subscribers. Looby-doo, 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 over you. It hates me, I hate you. Looby-doo, where's my hammer too? Okay, you gotta be careful when you put this in. If you hit it just right, you'll end up popping this side out. See? So You gotta be careful. Looby-doo. What? Better be battery, not SD card full. We just lost Overwatch. Ta-da. Back with full batteries. Okay, so I think we're in a position where I can put on this control arm. What happened to this glove? Wait, did it come this way? This is gonna be pointless. What am I doing with this? Oh my God. I lost Blue. Don't know where he went. So I guess I'm on my own. But the hardest part is gonna be getting the bolt, another tripod set up. That should be the right angle. Okay. Yeah, so the hardest part is gonna be getting the bolt through the control arm. And I think I can put the ABS, and we have the washers to deal with at the same time. So I'm thinking we need to use the new washers entirely. Okay, so that one's on here, and this one's right here. Our bolt doesn't look bent, and our bolt's gonna get greased. Oh, you know what's not gonna get greased? Is inside here. So, let's do some preventative. Actually, you should probably put anti-seize in there, because we love anti-seize. Oh, anti-seize. Let's stick you in the hole there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's contaminate our bottle. Oh yeah, yep. Already messing stuff up. Oh, get the good stuff in there. Get the good stuff in there. Okay, at least in 20 years, when I have to replace it again, it might not be rusted. Well, I say in 2 years, the thing better have a solid axle in it. And these will just go to the wayside. All right. So we kind of need to line our bolt up where it's going to get inserted. So let's hook it up to the control arm and let it peek out just a little bit. Okay, now get your other washer on there and try and manipulate it over the hole. Okay, I feel like I got it over the hole. All right, so now we feed it in the hole. Okay, we're feeding. We're feeding, come on. Now our next challenge is gonna be getting the next washer on. Oh, great. You missed all of that. Okay, well, I don't know what to say about that. Okay, can we get this pushed down in there? Are we stuck on the battery tray? Yes, we're stuck on the battery tray. See our bolt right there? Flashy, flashy. Yeah, so let's lift the battery tray. I guess if you're smart, you'll remove the battery before you start this project. And now push it in. Okay. Well, that was the whole shebang right there. There's not gonna be much left to show you. So now we just need this. Somehow we're gonna have to compress this enough to where we can get our washer in there. And I think we're gonna have to use some pry bar action. Okay. So let's try, my lights and camera in the way. Let's try from the top first. Okay, well, there's probably nothing to see on that side anyway. So put our pry bar in here and spread the cheeks just enough to get the washer in. Okay, maybe we need to go below. Might be easier for me to work with. Come on. Oh, the bolt's right there. Let me pull the bolt back a little bit. I might have to put a punch tool in there. What do we got here? All right, let's use our 3/8 drive. What was that? So I might already have it in there enough. Let's try a little tappy tappy. Oh, I feel like I'm hitting something. And I really feel like it's that bolt. Let's see if I can pull it from this side. I guess our bolt's scraping against our body because it's so close, which is good if you want to hold it in place. Okay, let me get a real punch so I can angle this down and then hit the bolt right on the head. There it goes. Now, get your washer in place, or as close to in place as you think you can get it. I mean, it's gotta be pretty close, so this out of there. Okay, pro tip, if you wanna get these control arms in without scratching them, you better put some tape around them. This we can use as an alignment tool. And now, let's feed our bolt in there. Why do I think all this stuff is gonna be in my way again? Did a little, I was pressing on it at the same time as I was wiggling it, and I'm able to get it through the hole. Okay, now I just have to get it past our wiring and stuff again. So, if you remember, we have to move the body out of the way slightly to get the bolt to pass. And I'm going to use this hole to kind of cheat that bolt. Look at that. Well, my foot's pressing against the pry bar, by the way. Okay, look at that. Okay, wasn't as bad as I expect. Now, the only thing is, looking back, is maybe we should have fed the bolts through this side, putting it back together. All right, so yeah, we just need to get it all the way through. All the way to the end. All the way. Come on now. Come on, you're almost there. Can I still use this hole? Or we maxed out on the hole? Oh, we got, oh, bending the hole. There, I'll bend it back. Okay. Now we're peeking through the other side. We put our last washer on, factory nut back on it. Now, before you do anything, I highly suggest you go ahead and grease these guys since we've got it all the way this way. So just get enough tension on it to kind of hold itself in place. And let's go get a grease gun and see what comes out. Pause for intermission. Okay, I think I want to move this more right here so you can look at my back, or maybe you'll catch a glimpse of what I'm doing. Okay, so I like the Lucas stuff. Dude, where's my handle? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Pause. Okay, I don't know what happened to my handle. Got a new grease gun, so we're just gonna use it. I say it's new. It's new in the package. It's probably 4 years old when I bought it. Okay, so if you don't know how to load a grease gun, you're about to learn real quick. Unscrew the bottom. Your plunger should come out. Boop. It probably would have been easier if I would have pushed this down as I was pulling it out. That's air relief. Okay, so take your grease, stick it in there, right? No, this is the wrong way. You gotta open your grease. Open your grease first, then stick it in the hole. Yeah, you've got to do it this way. Okay, I'm an idiot. Take the top off. Okay, load your cartridge. Blue, get off that Lexus. Okay, now screw your top on. And this is the hard part, because now we gotta get this back in there. Okay, spring it all. Well, I guess I could preload it. Probably should have done this to begin with. Someone's going flying. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Go watch someone else on how to load a grease gun, because I'm clearly not the professional. And I'll probably end up hurting myself in the process. Or this thing's gonna slip and go flying. Come on, come on. Oh, it's on there by like one thread. Okay, now we got a couple more threads. Feeling better about this. Now we got a little bleeder guy, right? Okay, now it's completely spring loaded. Let's get some grease to come out. Well, we're gonna get air to come out first. What do I want grease on? What the hell am I missing here? Oh, so you can either have it hard or soft. Let's get the right tool here. Made in China, you're probably metric. Yep, 12 millimeter. Okay, I'll bleed some more air out. Woo, there it goes. Okay, now I'll put our nozzle on. And I need a wrench for the top. A little 12 and 14 mil action going on. This actually feels more like a 9/16 than a 14, but it'll do. All right, and since we did not re-grease any of our fittings, we're gonna be greasing for a long time. Since that side has better light, we'll start on this side. Hopefully that locks on there, and then we're gonna be pumping for days. I heard it come out. Okay, what you gotta watch for is if it's bleeding on the back side or not. Not yet. Oh, okay. So this is getting pretty smushed. Now, do we let some air out or do we keep going? Let's try and let a little air out and see what happens. Oh, it's coming out over here on this side. Look at that. Okay, so I'm still gonna try and let air out on this side. See if that helps. Well, let's squish it back down. Now let's pump this side. As you can already see, it's oozing my anti-seize. Oh, it's coming out. I'm coming out. Guess we can put some on our lug nuts here. They say you shouldn't do that because you'll over torque them. Oh, I do want to note that this still has so this is the factory X-Ria system, and it's got 225,000 miles, and has not failed yet. I haven't found any leaks, let's put it that way. Now that we got grease everywhere. Everywhere. We'll clean that off in post. Okay, there is no grease fitting on this ball joint, so that sucks. Okay, where's our fancy nut? It has to be, this is it. All right, and what size is this? This is definitely gonna be American size. All right, 7/8. I hope there's some grease in that ball joint. It doesn't look like it. I mean, you got this cap right here. Why can't you put a grease fitting? Okay, let's see how far we can go with this. That's pretty far. I'm not sure I can get any further. Oh, I can't. Yep, we did. Okay, now this isn't the fancy Toyota nut, but it'll do. You just gotta keep it from backing off itself. That'll do just fine. Okay, so on this truck, this is full droop, right? I could put my finger back there, so we got no issues with clearance. Oh, you barely saw anything I was doing. So we should have something that clamps this guy right there, which personally I would want to clamp it on the sleeve. So let's see if that's in the kit. Let's kind of wipe her down a little bit. Take the little, I don't know if I want to take the Go Rancho off or leave it there until it falls off. We need to put these wires back in the holes where they belong. So I took all 3 of those snaps out. Snap 1, snap 2, and snap 3 is gonna be tougher, but we got it. Okay, if I don't wipe this grease off, it's just gonna end up with dirt all over it. There's a lot of hardware with this kit. So I do want to note that the upper control arms on these 4Runners is the same from 2003 until 2023. So, and it's the same from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive from what I understand. So if you're in a pinch and you need a control arm, you can pretty much take it off of any 4Runner 2003 and newer. So maybe your buddy has a wrecked one, who knows? I did think about that, by the way. So I've got a nut, lock nut, a bunch of washers, and there's 2 bags of these kits. Let's put our P-clamp on. The best way is to do it like this, right? Keep your wire closer to the inside, and then I guess we're only using 1 washer on the bottom. So we probably need to use both of them if we can get it through. Come on! You can do it, you can do it. Stick that in there, this in here. Now, if you're really fancy, you could take the original bracket, you could take this guy, and then cut it and modify it. Maybe, it might not fit over this support right here. Let's get this up a little higher. That looks like 3/8 and some things. And this is a nylon lock nut. Well, it's not very tight in there. Okay, do we want to look at this again, our angle? It might be a little different. Oh, we'll do a better job measuring it on the other side. I promise you. I'm thinking there should be like a beauty cap or something that goes over there, right? I see no beauty caps. So not only did you not give me a grease fitting, but you didn't give me a beauty cap to seal that off. Well, that kind of sucks. Okay. All this other hardware must be for the differential drop, which since this is 2-wheel drive truck, there's no differential. Stick it all back in the bag. Okay, now you notice I haven't tightened anything yet because, well, I mean, I did this and that's good and that's tight. But you don't want to tighten this control arm yet, not until you get it to ride height. So what we have to do is jack this up until it's roughly ride height and then tighten down those bushings so they don't get any extra, well, so they kind of sit in place. That rule is more for rubber bushing because there's no way for them to twist. These are greased and everything else, so they can move a lot easier. But, you know, the general rule is to raise the sucker up at ride height and then tighten your bushings up. Let's see. I mean, these don't seem terrible, but they were moving. I mean, they're not completely blown out, but I felt like they had a lot of extra give on them. You know, you saw when we moved them with the pry bar. So now I will be interested to see how much my tire rubs, because they were rubbing on these every time I turned full lock. So I'll be interested to see how that works out. That may have been with the bigger tires though. These tires are stock size. Okay, do I want to tighten that now or wait, or let's tighten it now. Okay. All right, let's get our tire back over here and zoom you back out. Feel like I lost some droop. I gotta lift this tire a lot higher than. So you know you got weenie sized tires when you can see your top of your control arm past the tire. This is the daily driver, folks. It's not a super badass trail rig. I'm slowly making into one. So I got these tires with the wheels, and because before I was running a 285, these are 265. This is stock tire size. But yeah, I got the tires with the wheels. I wanted the wheels because they were black and everything else. And I just decided I was gonna run these tires until I wore them out. That was many years ago. Do I have all of them in? Yes, okay. Hopefully you saw some stuff. It was worth it putting you there. Okay. Oh, did I leave this running the whole time? Sure did. Engine Bay Adventures. Washer, 3 washers. I feel like I'm missing a washer. Jack this up. All right, you guys stay right here because I'm gonna need you tomorrow when I do the other side. Watch, CJ's gonna say, Dad, you didn't do it slow. Okay, well there she is. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty cool to have that Rancho right there. Oh, there's no way that the tire's hitting that. Why is this tripod all discombobulated? Oh, I got no keys, so I can't turn the steering wheel. But we'll do this on the, when I do the other side, we'll test everything out. I'll turn the steering wheel and everything else. Right now, I just had to get this together so I could drive it tomorrow. And then it's already 1 a.m. So that's what happens when YouTube's not your full-time job. I'll go get the keys. Okay, we should be good. I think, so I did a test drive the other night after I finished the driver's side, and the steering wheel was exactly the same. Everything felt the same as, you know, driving it. So I think that the caster is exactly the same. I still haven't looked at the instructions. Should probably do that, CJ. Pop the instructions up there to tell if it's OEM caster or not. But we're gonna measure it off of the truck right now so we can see. And I probably should have taken this wheel off beforehand because now this is gonna be in my way. Okay, tape measure, where are you? We need our reference measurement. Did I not use a tape measure last time? Wait a minute, I got one in the 4Runner. Okay, so we'll take a measurement from, so I'm just gonna put it on the frame mount. That's not gonna be a great measurement. Well, we can do it right off our sway bar mount. So that's 19. You really need to do it up higher. Can we pull it off the bumper? Okay, so if I use the bumper, this is gonna be different for you because you're probably not gonna have this bumper. We're at the center line of that guy is roughly, the edge of this is 24. The edge of this. We're about 21 center line. If I put it on above, if I put my tape measure above here, above this line right here, and press it, we're about 21 in the center right here, and we're 24 from the edge of the bumper here to the edge of this. So let's remember that, 21, 24. Let's take this thing off, see what happens. Okay, so now you can get out of my way, I hope, somehow. You're really in my way. Okay, are you recording? Is this recording? I don't think this is recording. Oh my God, it hasn't recorded at all. Anyway, we should have plenty of measurements from the phone, I think. I'm just wasting time, wasting time. All right, same as the other side, guys. And this just pops right out. All the other ones were not even in the hole for some reason. What is your problem? No, it's your problem. This is why I can't get anything done. Because of my equipment I'm using. Don't you dare fall. Okay, I got so mad I walked off because of the battery. I put my wrench somewhere. Oh. I should probably do that damn inner tie rod in while I'm here. This comes out. Hopefully we got plenty of room under the hood. Let's check. Yeah, just a hose. Hose is in the way, power steering hose. Yeah, that's what I want. Just freaking crash on me. Maybe that's a better angle. There's not a whole lot of places to grab here. If this power steering hose would clear, I wonder if I can take it out of its, yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. So I just pulled it out of its little holder there. And that's not quite out. Oh, come on, what's holding it? There can be nothing holding it. Okay, I told you freezing the Buddhists helps them go in easier. We're about to find out. So, I just pulled it out of the freezer less than a couple minutes ago. And it is not any easier. Oh, failure. Failure. It feels just like if it was normal. So, oh well. I do want to see if we can pre-grease these, though. These are cold. You can see the frost on them. It's still not any easier. All right, I do want to show you some pre-greasing, see if this helps out or not. Actually, I kind of want to put one in and then pump it full of grease and then pull it out and see what it looks like. Let's see what that does. Oh, if you have like a vise or a ball joint installer, which I do, you can put these in a lot easier. Come on, dude, just go in there. I probably shouldn't have put this centerpiece in. Just hates me. You're gonna make me get that ball joint tool, aren't you? Yeah, because I'm actually cutting into the poly bushing. It hates me. Great. Now, I'm gonna have to push this through the other side. I'm gonna change my channel name to Mistakes Were Made and just be like, this is how you don't do this stuff. All right, so let's try. I wanna know how much air is actually gonna come out of here or how much grease is gonna get stuck in there. Because your bushings are grooved, so in theory, the air should just come right out. So if I pull this off, then it should be full of grease on the inside. Now I don't wanna pull it off. I mean, if I pull it out of there, the only thing I'm gonna see is a bunch of grease just all over the place. I don't know if this is worth it. Let's just look in here and see what this does. Give you guys a visual. Somehow or another it has to get. You're such an idiot. Oh my goodness. I hate you. I hate you. Oh. What we've managed to do is make a big mess of everything. Get you on there. So now you're square. Now. Okay. Stick that inside there. Prevents rust on our bolts. Okay. I'm gonna say, since the grease is coming out of every single pore, that there's no air in there and it's completely full. That's what I'm going with. Let's put our anti-seize. Look, we've been looking at nothing the whole time. Stick the anti-seize in the hole. You see how there's already rust on that bolt? That would have been a nightmare trying to get this thing out. New washers and gloves. Okay, so you need to be on there, and then we need to get you. You need to be on. Oh, nice, got grease all over my pants. Okay, let's put this in now and try and swing it up. Put the grease on the bolt. Okay, we'll swing it up, and now we'll, oh, it's a washer holder. Put this washer on. Okay, now that's in. Now get this up where it needs to be. Push your bolts through, and then slide your bolts in as best as you can. Oh, we may have gotten it. Okay, so now I'll put you up here so you can observe what's going on right here, maybe. 9% battery? These batteries are junk. It said 100%. Oh my God. We need to get our washer. Remember, we struggled with this on the other side, getting this washer in place. We're probably gonna do the same thing we did over there with the pry bar. Washer holder. No, I can't get it out. I hate you. Yeah, just go to the ground. Okay, now we have to line it up. And that's why we had our lineup tool to kind of help us with that. Okay, now bolt can go in. Okay, we haven't hit, there's a hole. Can you see the front of the truck? Yeah, mostly. All right, so there's a hole right here. And I can hit it. Okay, now just power steering's in the way. Get that out of the way. Okay, we are all the way in. All right, so put our last washer on. Is this where you want your line? It won't hurt to put you right there. And our nut, what do we do with our nut? Right there. You can come back. You're gonna die anyway because you hate me. It's just the way it is, I guess. Let's do our measurements before the battery dies. Let's see if we can do that. Well, that ball joint's tight. That ball joint is, oh my God. Why is it so tight? Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah. Oh, there it goes. Okay, measurements, tape measure. Where'd you go? No. Oh, good. Okay, so bumper to here, 24 1/4. It did move it. Okay, so we're tilted back this way, folks. We're tilted back this way. It does give you extra cast. Okay, what'd I say, it was 21? Yeah, so, yeah, 20 3/4 center line there. We knew you were gonna die because you suck. Okay, I don't think I need you right now, but I do need to tighten this guy. As tight as humanly possible. Oh, here's your flapper do I said belongs on the vehicle. Since I pre-greased these before I put the control arms on, I don't think I need to grease them again. Come on. Oh yeah. It's tight, 7/8 to do this guy. Ratcheting wrench, where are you? I'm fairly certain I don't have a ratcheting wrench this big. My vintage Craftsman works just fine. Okay, where is our hole? You're over there? What are you doing over there? That's a terrible spot for a hole. I should have tried to rotate that, I guess. Rancho should have put it in the right way in the first place. Okay, you're in, PP. All right, what are we doing now? Putting the wheel on? I'm sure you guys seen this 1,000 times. So, thanks for watching. The brakes are real easy, so I'll do those when I have time. They're not terrible right now. They're not perfect, but. And then the inner tie rod, obviously I don't have to mess with any of this to do it. So I'll do that when I come back from my trip. Oh, we're gonna put this thing on. I'm getting in a hurry. We're not done. Blue, you decided to join the party, huh? Let's get our hardware for that. I guess we'll set you back up. You can see. Will that work? Okay. So, as I said before, we'll do this towards the inside. There is a little hook right here. Little P-clamp guy. There. And then we're gonna need our 11 and 7/16. Okay, get you in position. Okay, you're supposed to be inside there. It wouldn't hurt to put, you know, a zip tie or two on there to put it where you want it. Probably really wouldn't hurt to have this where it belongs too. I don't know why these aren't in. I hate you. Might as well look and see what I'm doing. Dude, you are a nightmare. We even see right here. We're trying to put our wire back in right there. So I gotta spread it out more. Come on, this shouldn't be this difficult. Get in there. Okay, now you're in. All right, I feel much better with that. So I don't have ABS lines flop around. Oh, Okay. All right, so now we'll go on a test drive, and we're gonna test drive it straight to the alignment shop. I like to take it to Firestone because they give, you pay for a lifetime alignment and you can get it done whenever you screw something up or add something or whatever. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.